of Chianti Classico. It's the first Chianti wine made, and it has to grow between Florence and Siena in a small area. It has to be handpicked. It has to be at least 80% of the local grape, Sangiovese, and it has to be aged a year in an oak barrel. Then last year they also make a lot of red wine. They are named Super Tuscan. It depends if you like cold, but for us, even though that I'm from Denmark, that is a cold country, I am tempered on the Italian temperature, so for us it's still cold. I saw we have the Arno River, see a bit of Ponte Vecchio, and the river starts inland and then it runs out west. It goes out between Pisa and Livorno. Pisa and Livorno, Livorno is the city where your ship is in. Pisa and Livorno, it's quite close, 20 minutes drive. I think it's approximately, I don't remember, 12, 14.
I did not have that patience for what is it then? Headaches or something like that. I didn't have patience for it went down, why do you need it? Yes, you do have to, yeah. No.
Detail on that wall.
Watch out.
Over there, Julie, are what we call the historical elegant cafes. And it's also where a lot of quarantine, they hang out, they meet about here. And they
What's the name of the square?
because even the most elegant and historical cafe, if you would have the espresso or americano, as long as you stand by the counter, you pay first, and you say always pay first, and then you get served.
Red and frozen. It's like a real fish.
But funny thing, some of the little stores they have which is not from the 1500s, it's from later, but they kept the shape of it. Okay. Any questions? No? That will be fine. It said you can see they use it, but there might have been a food market. I don't know if they take it down. I think they take it down after Easter. And during summer they use it for swans. Wooden plate, a piece of leather, a 20-thread leaf, and an artisan. You put the bronze tool on a hot plate to warm it up. You check the right temperature of the sun and salt water. Because the temperature has to be perfect. If it's too hot, it's gonna burn the leather. If it's too cold, it will not touch. That way when you press 20-thread leaf. Voila, bravissimo poi! Guy, a round of applause for Boy. And also there's a room down here. That's yours, so don't fight for the spaces. Good, yeah, because you can leave. I will.
Well, folks, we just got done with lunch. We're here in the square here, which is pretty cool. Here in Florence, Italy. And this restaurant right here, it's off the chain too, is another great one. But I gotta save my battery life because we gotta go to the Michelangelo and all that, and you'll see that. This last 2 days been kind of, seems rushed. Did the best I can to get video, but I'll explain that later. The tours, it's kind of hard to do it, but doing the best I can. This, my friends, is the most photographed and videoed naked dude in the history of the world. Statue of David. It's crazy. What did I say? It's crazy. Hand carved. The highest quality marble in the world. All right, so I'm not zooming in on the center point. You get the idea. I'll pass on that. I'm not a huge art fanatic, but that was pretty cool. I mean, one of the most talked about statues in the world. We're standing next to it. The detail in that thing and how it was carved. You didn't have photography back then. That's insane. That it is. Here's my question. These guys sitting there selling these on the streets. If you don't want anyone to step on it, why the hell are you putting it on the ground in the street? I gotta wonder.
Dating back to 1100 because there was a smaller church here before.
Detail in this cathedral is incredible.
And
what's going on? Woo, just got back. I bet we walked 8 miles today. Oh, gosh. It gets to a point, I guess, in some of these, you've walked enough, you've kind of seen what you want to see. I think on this tour, we could have cut it a few hours short and went and saw the Leaning Tower of Pisa right over here, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. It was a great trip, good tour. I've got videos and pictures, and I said earlier, I have to tell you, I don't know if I'm going to do one video for Rome and Florence, or two. I may do two, but it was just hard to get a lot of video and footage. A lot of places we walked to, they were not allowed to have cameras, and there were some we could. The guides were just moving so fast, and there were so many people, especially in Rome. You know, we had earbuds, and we had to hear them talk, but we were looking for their flag, so we were trying to pay attention to them and couldn't pay attention to what they were saying. Then all of a sudden, they get ahead, and all of a sudden, I'm in a group of people that are not even in my group, and they all have earbuds. And I'm like, what the hell? And we got to speed up and go. And I'm trying to get what pictures and photos and videos that I could, you know. I think it's one of those things that sometimes you can get on your own and take the pictures and go in your own time now. Will you see what every little thing? No, you probably hit the highlights and you could probably do it. But as you will see today, we saw the Michelangelo statue of David. That was massive. And the artwork in there from these guys. Thing is, the detail in that thing was unbelievable. You know, we walked around the cathedrals, being it was Easter weekend, a lot of them we couldn't go into. You know, it's like, I'm pretty sure if I wanted to in Barcelona, I'd be able to go see the cathedral there if I decide to. I've had some weird sinus stuff going on a little bit, and it's went away and come back a little bit. I'm sneezing, so it's kind of going away with a throat a little sore, but it happens on these cruises sometimes, not often. But thank God for that oregano oil. I'm taking that stuff and it's knocking that stuff out really well. So, but trip's been great. Everything's great. We got a day at sea tomorrow, and then we're back in Barcelona day after tomorrow. And I've got 2 nights at the Hilton in Barcelona, and then I'm flying out on the 11th back home. It'd be kind of good to get back home, get back in routine, man. Flying over here has just been exhausting. It's just the time change has kicked my butt. Everything about it, but you know, it is what it is if you're not used to it. So, I don't know the latest. They made a post at there was a guy, I saw him the other day, and we were talking to him in the nightclub the other night. Something was bothering him bad. Something was troubling this kid, man. I guess he's about 25 or so, maybe. And we were in the club, and the guy next to him was his friend. He said, it's something like maybe his girlfriend broke up with him. But other people were saying, that's that kid whose girlfriend broke up with him. He's on the cruise with her and her parents, and he worked for her dad. And I'm like, oh, my God. You know, that's not good, you know. And I could see him walking around. It's kind of bugging me, and it bothers me now. I hope to God nothing happened to him. I hope he's okay. I really hope and pray he's okay. Just watching him, you know, like walking around the deck and smoking a cigarette, and it's like something was not right. I mean, I hope he wasn't on something or anything, but no, I doubt that because you couldn't get it on the boat. But I could just see him. I was standing there watching him. He was walking to the back of the boat, looking over the railing, and I was like, man, dude, don't do that. Please don't jump. Don't do that. Please, God, don't do that, you know. At the time, he didn't, you know, but he scanned off the boat yesterday when we were pulled up to Civitavecchia, going to Rome, but never scanned back on the boat. They hadn't seen him or talked to him since then. They said his card had been used twice around the port area, but it stopped after that. They don't know. No communication. I don't know. Scary. Some people saw him when he was getting off the boat. They recalled he was asking for a cigarette or something, but these things happen, folks, you know, and I'm hoping this isn't something that we're going to hear about on national news or something, you know. I hope not. I hope he gets back okay, so. But anyway, we've had a great trip. Some of these people will be 15, 16 days going back to Port Canaveral. They've got to get off the boat tomorrow for 2 days, and then they get back on. They take the boat back to Port Canaveral, so it's going to be a pretty lengthy boat ride for these guys, so we'll see. But like I say, I'm going to do the best I can, video and pictures I can. Not perfect. There's a lot of great videos of people touring these places. You'll see them doing a hell of a lot better than I can. So, but be it that it may, it's Florence today, folks. And we're just going to chill out. Got a day at sea tonight and tomorrow, all the way to Barcelona. That we do. Well, looks like we're getting us a nice Italian sunset on the way back to Barcelona. Shot of that island right there. It's so cool. That rock. So, it's like submarines. Probably not. Rowboat teams of them. They are getting it.
Natives, yes.
Yeah, I'm not
New Zealand
sure.
natives, the Maori. So